Stay tuned for another edition of the Wisdom of Solomon, brought to you by the Fuel Mule. Save 10% every time you fill up your gas tank. Tonight, to be or not to be? That's the question.
Wanna talk? So let's talk. Here. Talk. You wanna talk? You gotta talk, you need to talk. News talk.
I talk, you talk to Solomon. I talk, you talk to Solomon. Yeah, let's talk to Solomon. Talk to Solomon.
You gotta talk, you wanna talk.
To be or not to be? What? How about to be a man or a woman? A boy or a girl? Now you say, well, that decision is made in your DNA, right? You're either, well, with rare exception, there are some hermaphrodites, but either you're a boy or you're a girl. Wrong answer. The United Nations new report says gender is a social construct. It's not based in nature. So you may have male apparatus, but socially they can make you a woman or a girl. And you may have female apparatus. For those of you who are liberals, I'll explain that later. It's what you lose if you're a terrorist and you blow yourself up. But anyway, the reality is that at the UN, this insanity, this silliness, this concept is believed. These people are certifiably nuts. An advisory report on the protection of human rights in the context of counterterrorism. I beg your pardon. Oh, I know. If you blow yourself up, they don't know if you're a man or a woman because there's nothing left from which to tell. I get it. I get it. They submitted that there's a radical redefinition of the term gender. Gender. Male, female. Gender. We need to redefine that. It's a purely social construct. It has nothing to do with biology. Huh? UN Special Rapporteur Martin Scheinin was asked to report the UN on gender-based human rights abuses in counterterrorism measures. It focuses primarily upon hardships encountered by women caught up in the war on terror. But that's not what he did. He said, what's a woman? What's a man? It's all a social construct. I wonder if he's ever looked in his own pants. I just wonder. I'm sure he's looked in other people's pants. Because that's the kind of people they pick to do this type of thing. Now, I'm not going to go in great deal on this, because as soon as you say UN, you're talking insanity, anti-normal, anti-American, anti-Christian. But this, well, it takes the beefcake or the cheesecake or whatever kind of cake. Now, Toronto is proud to announce that they're going to host the World Pride event. The World Pride events are also known as the Gay Games. Now, here's a question. Which games do they play? There is the Vaseline dip event. There is the how hard can you breathe event. There is how fast can you run with your pants down event. And there are a number of others, all of which you get, well, a free medical exam if you win, and a bad report if you lose. They wanted to have a carnival, by the way, in Jerusalem. In Jerusalem. And believe it or not, the people of Jerusalem, both Jews and Arabs, said, hell no. Hell no. That's not going to happen here. Now, if you're oriented in that way, God bless you. If you're oriented as I am in the heterosexual way, God bless you. This is not a discussion over your personal business. The question becomes, if we had the 2014 World Straight event, do you think they'd allow it? Do you think any city would host it? Why is it that if you're white, you can't say anything, but if you're not white, you can say whatever you want? If you're straight, you can't say anything, but if you're not straight, you can say whatever you want. If you're Christian, you can't say anything, but if you're not Christian, you can say whatever you want. That's the point. That's the point. Whatever you choose to be, that's between you and God. But when you want to throw it in other people's face, then I think we need to talk about it. To be or not to be? That's the question.